Right now, mostly cloudy, 62 degrees downtown. Kogo News Time, 6:42.
Did you ever get detention in school?
Maybe.
Once or twice?
All the time?
So, did they make you meditate?
No, they did not.
Okay.
I got SWATs. I come from a different era.
Oh, that is, that's definitely not meditation. Yeah. Well, is meditation the future of detention? It turns out it's a possibility.
Joining us on the Kogo News Live Line, wellness specialist John Edmonson. And what is the theory behind this?
What are we doing with this idea of meditation? So the theory, the idea behind it is that we're trying to deal with the root cause of kids' behavior instead of the symptoms, just like in medicine. And what we know about children's brains, especially nowadays, not maybe years before, is there's a lot of things going on at home that's affecting the way they think, that affects their nervous system, that affects the way they process information. And there's a lot more trauma going on with kids these days and a lot more stress. So sometimes their behavior is really just an expression of their high levels of anxiety, high levels of stress, or maybe even trauma. So this idea, and it's only a piece of the puzzle because we still need discipline, we still need consequences with kids. But the idea is that if we help them work with that root cause, breathing, centering, getting back into the present moment, then these kids are much more likely to be aware of their actions and make better choices.
Now, the question is, are the kids going to take this seriously or think, okay, I'm not really in trouble, they're just making me meditate?
I love that question. So when I've worked with kids before with that, you definitely get the split. Some kids love it. Some kids hate it because they have to sit still for a while. So we get them into movements. But what we've noticed is if you still have the option of accountability when necessary for children, but then you give them this as well, and help them sit and focus, many of them like it and feel much better. And so they begin to change their behavior. Sure, one or two kids may manipulate the situation, but the vast majority are actually getting a lot out of it. And then even in the classroom are beginning to change the way they act. What's even more interesting is a lot of schools are now taking it on as a common practice for the whole classroom. Why wait till there's an issue, right? And so they teach everyone in the classroom that breathing, the recentering. And then when they do have difficulty, reframing it from just, you're in trouble, now you go here, but it sounds like you're having difficulty managing yourself right now, managing your emotions and your stress. Let's give you some time to refocus on that. So they go sit with someone to help them process that experience.
What's interesting, John, is we had some classrooms here in San Diego County that were taking on yoga, and they were saying that, this was helping the behavior of kids by basically giving them the same idea, this kind of calm, quiet, centering yourself thing. And some parents freaked out over it, saying, hey, you're teaching a religion.
Yep. I remember that I had the same experience. I taught kids Tai Chi and high school students, and I had parents running up to the school saying, you're teaching Taoism, you're teaching Buddhism. And so what we did was we began to educate the parents on what we're doing. So it's not yoga necessarily the yoga from India, but it's evidence-based practices. Everything we do in the room has been proven to work through science. So, for example, we take something that's from meditation or from another society or group of religion, test it out with different groups, and what we've noticed is those practices not only look like helping kids relax, but it's actually changing the structure of the child's brain or adults when they do it. So that's why I heard in the article it's called meditation. I never call it that. I call it focus attention. And if it's yoga, I call it mindful movements. Because, the parents have a good point. They're concerned about this becoming religion or something being taught their kids they don't want. We're not doing that. It's only about self-regulation, focus, awareness of the body.
All right, John, thank you so much. That is wellness specialist John Edmonson joining us on the Kogo News Live Line.